I have this friend, you see. You can ignore the quotations because the benefits we have aren't really quite free. They come with disloyalty, tears, and the usual guilty spree. He's explained that already, so the only person I have left to blame is, well, me. But I guess you can really say it is my fault. I hopped onto your roller coaster and didn't think twice when you forgot to tell me where the seatbelt was or how to make it turn off. And now I'm stuck making loops and turns and sick excuses, whispering so we won't get caught. I stopped counting the times I regretted not being enough, and I can't remember my eyes escaping these thoughts all free. You see, when I asked why her, I meant, why not me? Because you kissed her with the nows and then whispered to me about the later. You impressed her with your wows and cried to me when the problems were the greater. Cause you know that I would be, and always will be, your shoulder to cry on. Would be and always will be the person you rely on. Would be and always will be the post you stick your lie on. The used I feel is the used you left me. Dotted with we're simply just friends, so this is how it should be. With your hands around my waist and your breath soothing my neck, you asked for just a taste, and that's when my head crashed into a wreck. The wreck of every, I called it. Every sin that lingered, every promise you didn't keep. Every time that you fingered, my hopes that ran deep. And every word that was left to say was said with our lips. Every word that just seemed not to fit, but instead dripped out of our lips. And with that, all my guilt was pushed to the back of my head. Behind all the times I said enough is enough, this is the last time, and words left unsaid. You see, but it's that feeling of being wanted that I treasure. Every joke and smile that we share, every silence left for pleasure. And every time I hold my breath for you, the needs that stay unmeasured. This is perhaps the most naked you have ever seen me. I've never felt so vulnerable, like I'm waiting for your approval, like I'm holding you accountable. You should be glad though, this is no longer matters of the heart, not even reasons unmentioned. You see, I was able to turn my pain into art. I'm not done, guys, sorry. As for this remorse for you, it would only get one poem, just this one poem. I can't imagine who else I'd dedicate it to, if only it wasn't for you. I'm not sure why I can't stop complaining. You see, I've always been the just friends kind of girl. I'm getting tired of explaining to myself that I'm just not what they're looking for. You see, I'm really not that pretty, the kind you give second glance for. Maybe I don't interest you enough. I don't ever leave you wanting you more. See, you're right, I'm not a size 2, so maybe I'm not cool enough to show to. Your friends, the crowd, well, it's hard enough to put your arm around me. But I'll keep telling myself that someday, enough I'll be. In the meantime, I'm waiting for the day my hips learn to speak another language. They're getting tired of saying, I'm here because you needed me. Okay, I just wrote this one like 20 minutes ago, so let's see how that goes, dude. Alright. It's called Young and Foolish. Remember when we were young and we were foolish? We'd spend our nights on the streets, our safe streets. We'd sit in the park and sing to the stars. Once in a while, we'd sit in the Dairy Queen and sing to the crowd. And we wouldn't care what they thought. Every birthday party we shared since we were 14, we made sure we had 3 things. Great cake, great friends, and our park. Remember, we were young and we were foolish. We would wake up at 4 in the morning just to make pancakes. And at school, we pulled pranks on our math teacher only to end up laughing in the hallways. Remember, we were young and we were foolish. We'd talk about millions of things that we do and we haven't done. We'd worry about where we'd sleep that night, but in the end, we'd never really sleep. That's the kind of stuff you worry when you're young and when you're foolish. Now, I worry about how much money I have in my bank account, how much gas I spent, and how I will get to the places that I've never been. We traded our park for our necessary beer at our parties. We worry about who listens to us sings. We worry. We measure our success no longer in smiles we share, but how much cash lies in our pockets. How far away we go away from this town, how long it took us to get us there. We no longer are content with just being, now we gotta do. I no longer worry about who I'm gonna date, but who I'm gonna have sex with. I worry. I no longer call you on the phone. We text when we have something important to say. I may not have a kid yet, but I have to make sure I take care of 12 just so I can get paid. We have so much to say. We have just as much to say as we did before. Remember, we used to be younger, but now we're just foolish.